Welcome to this Robpod Studio training course, HMI Designer for Doosan Robotics. In this tutorial, we will develop a custom HMI panel for a pick-and-place application running on Doosan Robotics Dart platform. We will use HMI Designer to develop a simple panel to let users change some task parameters, monitor the task status, and operate the robot gripper. This tutorial is based on Graphical Task Editor. No coding knowledge is required. Let's begin. Open Robpod Studio, right-click on Project folder and create a new HMI panel file. Choose a name for the file. The HMI editor will open. Click on Panel Top Bar. Add a title to the HMI. Choose and add your logo to the top bar of the panel. Our panel will be composed of two tabs, one for the task parameters, the other for operating the gripper. Click on Tab icon to add a new tab. Select the second tab and change its name to Gripper. Change also the icon of this tab. Select the first tab and change its name to Task. Set an icon also for this tab. Now add a label component to the panel. Move it inside the panel in a position you like. We use labels to display fixed text information. Set the text you want to display. Change the text size, the font style, and its color. Add an image component to the panel. Change its position and size. Select the image that you want to display from the file system. Now add a button to the panel and place it in position. Buttons are used to let user trigger robot actions. We will use this button to open the robot gripper. This time we will use the icon generator tool to create an icon for this button. Click on Generate. The icon generator tool will open. Find an icon that you like for the button, then you can change icon color and size. Change also text font and text size as you like. Okay, now let's add another button to the panel. We will use this button to let user close the robot gripper. Adjust the component properties also for this button. Change the font size and generate a new icon with the icon generator tool. Enable the Snap function in the top bar to better align the HMI components inside the panel. If this is the first time using Robpod HMI on a certain robot, you need first to install the Robot plugin. Go to Tools, Robot plugin, to download the plugin file. Go to Robot Teach Pendant and install Robpod plugin on Doosan Dart platform. Open Robpod app. When you see the message, Synchronization Ready, it means that Robpod Studio can now be connected to the robot. Back in Robpod Studio, connect to the robot specifying the robot IP address. We can now launch the HMI preview to see how the panel looks like on the Robot Teach Pendant. Remember that this is not a working HMI, but just a preview. To build a working HMI panel, we need to link it to a robot program. So close the preview and open the task editor. We will define inside the task editor two functions to operate the gripper. Add a subcommand to the task. Set open_gripper as function name. This is the function that we will use to open the gripper. Inside the function, add the commands to implement the gripper logic. In our case, the gripper is operated using digital output signals. Now add another subcommand to the task. Set close_gripper as its name. This is the function we will use to close the gripper. Also in this case, we will use digital output signals to operate the gripper. Okay, let's go back in Robpod Studio. Now we need to link the robot subfunction to our buttons. Click on the Open button. Inside the button properties, under Action section, Find the command property. Set command property as open_gripper. This function does not execute motion commands, so we can execute it in the background scope. Repeat the same linking procedure for the close button. Specify close_gripper in the command property. Now, very important step, click on the synchronize button in the top bar. This will transfer the HMI panel to the robot. Remember to synchronize the HMI each time you make some changes. Back on Robot Teach Pendant, scroll the command section, add Robpod HMI command to the task main program. Set pick_place as the HMI panel to be executed. Then click Confirm. Now we are ready to execute the program and test our custom pick-and-place HMI. Click on the Close button. Now click on the Open button. Perfect. Everything is working as expected. Now let's go back to the second part of our HMI tutorial. In this second part of the tutorial, we will design the main tab of the pick-and-place panel where users will be able to set up the application's parameters. Let's add an image to the panel. Select the image you want to display, in this case an illustration for the pick action. Use the copy and paste action to duplicate HMI components. We will use this second image with an illustration of the place action. Now add a pose component to the panel. We use pose components to let user acquire and change robot positions. Move and change the size of HMI components to better fill the space in the panel. Copy and paste the pick button and turn it to a place button by changing its label. Use the copy and paste function is useful to keep the existing style of elements. Create a new section that we will use for the task parameters. Add another button that we will use to start the pick-and-place action. Duplicate the button to create also the stop button. Add a new label and change its text to velocity. Add a slider component to the panel. We use sliders to let user change a value inside a fixed range. We will use this slider to change the robot velocity for the pick-and-place operation. We want also the operators to be able to change the approach distance for the pick-and-place actions. So create an offset section. Add an input component to the panel. We use inputs to let the operators set values freely. Finally, we want to show the total number of picked pieces. So create a count section. Add a monitor component to the panel. We use monitors to display live values changing over time. Alright, the design of our HMI panel is completed. Now we will complete the robot task and link robot variables and functions to the HMI components. Let's start from the pick button and place button. On Robot Teach Pendant, define two system variables to store the pick position and the place position. We use system variable because they always store their last value. In this way, users will not be forced to teach the positions each time they start the task. Call the first variable system_pick. Then add another pose variables and call it system_place. Back in Robpod Studio, select the pick button, find the variable name property, set it to system_pick to link the button to the robot variable. When linking a variable, always remember to specify its type. In this case, the variable is a Cartesian position, so use tool pose type. Repeat the same procedure to link the place button to the system_place variable. Now select the slider to link it to a velocity variable. In the Robot Task Editor, select the Global Variables commands. Add a new variable. Call it global_val. Set its initial value to 150. In the slider properties, set global_val as variable name. Specify integer as variable type. Set the minimum and maximum values of the slider. Now link the input component to an offset variable. In the Robot Task Editor, select the Global Variables commands. Add a new variable. Call it global_offset. Set its initial value to 100. Specify the variable name in the input properties. Choose integer as variable type. Finally, link the monitor component. We want the counter to keep memory between program executions, so add a new system variable. Call the variable system_count. Set its initial values to 0. In the monitor properties, set the variable name. Set integer as the variable type. Good. Now let's complete the pick-and-place task with robot instructions. We need to calculate the approach pose at runtime, so create a new global variable to store the approach position. Create a new subfunction for the pick operation. Add a custom code block that we will use to calculate the approach pose based on the pick position chosen by the user. Don't worry about this small piece of code. You will find a working example attached to the tutorial resources. Add a move_L block to move the robot to the approach position. Set velocity with variable global_val to let the robot move at the speed specified by the user. Add another move_L block to move the robot to the target pick position. Add a call subblock to operate the gripper. Choose close gripper action. Copy and paste the approach movement to implement a retract action. Give name pick to this subfunction. To implement the place function, just copy and paste the pick subblock and refactor the movement positions with place variables. Now add one last subfunction. This will be our main function that trigger the whole pick-and-place operation. Set start_task as function name. Now let's link the function to the Start button. Click on the Start button. In the display name property, set running. This is a message that will be displayed while the action is executing. In command properties, set the function name start_task. This function contains motion commands, so keep the action with main scope. Remember that on Doosan Robotics, motion commands can be executed only in the main thread. We will use another global variable as looping condition for the pick-and-place cycle. Call the variable global_running and set its initial value to false. In the Start Task subfunction, add a repeat command to keep the loop running, and use variable global_running as iteration statement. Back in Robpod Studio, select the Stop button. Under Command Property, set global_running equals false. This will make the pick-and-place loop to stop when the button is pushed by the user. Complete the function repeat loop with call subblock to execute the pick operation and the place operation. Finally, add a custom code block to increment the counter variable. Remember to synchronize the HMI panel before testing the application. And we are done. We are ready to launch the robot task. We now have a custom HMI panel running alongside our robot program. User can change easily the task parameters, teach robot pick-and-place positions, and monitor the task status. In this tutorial, we have learned how to design custom HMI panels for Doosan Robotics using Robpod Studio. Thanks for watching. You can find many other video tutorials and resources on robpod.cloud.